My name is Kujo Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
Radio, Joy 99.7.
Good morning to you once again. It's time for the news review, and then Imwa joins me. So this morning we're going to split, and Imwa's going to do the daily graphic.
You're making it sound so well. Israel usually uses an average of 11 minutes to do the daily graphic.
Sometimes 7 minutes.
Yeah, very rarely. So we wanted to find out if it's Israel or if it's the daily graphic. So I'm gonna do the daily graphic.
The daily graphic has a lot of stories. It's the biggest of the newspapers.
Okay, Israel. Should I get into it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so on the front page of the Daily Graphic this morning, outcome of President's state visit, Germany gifts Ghana 1.5 million doses of AstraZeneca. Okay, so that's good news. The German government, has donated 1.5 million doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine to Ghana. So great stuff. Stakeholders commit to strengthening media training. Roads Minister bemoans delay over Obechebi Lamte project, and stray bullets kills 9-year-old boy. I brought you those stories in the AM news from this morning. Okay, other stories on page 7. Why the National Cathedral must make Nana poor. France, Britain to propose Kabul safe zone. Ritual murders revisited. That's in Rodney's potpourri. Okay, so that story about the stray bullet that killed a 9-year-old boy. The boy was called Michael Darko, popularly known as Kobe, the Fresh Boy. He was shot in the head around 10 a.m. whilst he was pushing his disabled brother in a wheelchair to buy food from the market, which is close to a Deba. That was happening in Awutu-Breku. So,
very tragic story.
Yeah, really, really sad story there. Nuclear power project to generate $1.2 billion local content. 25 people have undergone drug prevention training. The energy minister is wooing investors. That story, there's a pullout in the graphic this morning. Okay, so a special supplement on business and exciting things that are going on in Ghana. So in that, the energy minister is wooing investors. Potential in oil and gas sector remains huge. Springfield EMP important energy sector. Bui Power, renewable energy leader. So really a lot of energy stories.
Yeah, it's all about energy.
Yeah, ensuring the survival, sustainability of oil marketing companies. And then WAPCO, reliable partner in meeting energy needs. Okay, so if you're an energy person, you're interested, and there's a pullout in the daily graphic. The last story on that pullout is ECG needs private sector participation, energy think tanks. That's what they're saying. Okay, so the center spread of the actual graphic, 25, okay, I've told you about that one. Prioritize local dialects over foreign languages, Jan Apenting urges Ghanaians. He says when a language becomes extinct or is spoken by only a few people, the culture of that language loses its dynamism and eventually dies out. So he's a media consultant and he's asking that we focus on teaching and learning our local languages. So, okay, in politics this morning, discuss NDC's electoral proposals. Dr. Akwete urges stakeholders. Consistency delegates conference successful. That's according to John Boydu. Release funds for disbursements to assemblies. The PAC chairman is appealing to government, and NPP cannot pass accountability test. That's according to the NDC. Okay, that story about the roads minister bemoaning delay over Obechebi Lamte project is on page 20. He says, we have so many projects to undertake and I'm not too happy with the delay here. He's expressed disappointment over the slow pace of work on phase 2 of the Obechebi Lamte interchange project and has consequently tasked those in charge to hurry up, basically. Regional news this morning, Chief builds water system for community. That's happening. That's the Achim Kotoku Mponya Jasehene. They're doing that. Methodist Church inaugurates 50-bed Ibraso Hospital. Ayawine takes over ICU General Secretary. They voted, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. It was in the newspapers. Victims of Techiman South shooting sue government for 25 million Ghana cedis. Okay, and this is a quick excerpt. I was home when my daughter, Abdullah's sister, came home in tears and informed me that Abdullah had been shot at the collation center by security men and taken to the Holy Family Hospital in Techiman. So 6 injured persons and the father of an 18-year-old boy killed as a result of the shooting that rocked Techiman South during the 2020 general elections have sued the government and are asking for 25 million cedis in compensation in total. Picture of the IGP, so it's against the IGP and also Mr. Godfrey Yeboadame, Attorney General. Okay, in business, employee fraud in banks rises, accounts for more than half of fraud cases in 2020, and that came with the Auditor General's report, where we learned that people who actually work in the banks are actually hold a larger percentage for helping people commit fraud when it comes to banking. Some sports, Italia 91 success was game changer for Ghana, that's according to Guza. Fire officers avert disaster in Tamale. 4-hour downpour floods metropolis. The worst affected areas in the metropolis were Gumani, Fuo, Tunai, Vitin, Target, and Klobamangu. So personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service in the northern region have averted a possible major fire disaster when they spotted a fuel leakage at a filling station and controlled its flow as a 4-hour downpour flooded Tamale. Remember that this is how the circle fire happened, because fuel was leaking and then it started burning at the filling station. So well done there. But 4 hours of rain, I can only imagine what the effects of that will be. We'll bring you more on that story and what's happening with rains up in the north. Pension scheme for cocoa farmers on pilot. And that's it for the Daily Graphic, and it's 6:35. How many minutes did I do? 5.
5 minutes, but all you did was just read headlines.
I talked about the AstraZeneca. I can
do that in 2 minutes.
Oh, really? But you haven't done it, though, in a month.
But the viewers deserve a bit more. We need to tell them a bit more about this.
If you're listening to us and you feel like there was any story that I didn't tell you about properly, please do
headlines.
let me know.
That's the point.
Because Israel is just trying to be, you know what I mean? Like, you do it. Okay, here's the Daily Graphic. You do it then. Let's
We've done it already.
Well, no. But tell me which stories.
We can't go into it.
Don't be a sore loser, Israel.
Okay.
And don't use 11 minutes on the Ghanaian Times.
No. I mean, actually, if I'm doing what you did, I could do it in 2 minutes. Okay. So let's go to the Ghanaian Times right now. So on the front page, 5-hour downpour caused a distraction in Tamale Metropolis yesterday. Koforidua drivers' mates defy nose mask order, but the police are vowed to crack the whip. Marine police arrive in Upper East region to deal with the Bagre Dam spillage. 22 Fulanis arrested for illegally possessing firearms, and that story is on page 3. Police chase suspects for causing commotion at funeral. That's also on page 3. And in Kramang, SHS indicted for misappropriating 580,000 Ghana cedis, 580,836 Ghana cedis. Food prices soar as war ravages Ethiopia. That's in African news. Algeria arrests Tunisia's former presidential candidate. And then we go to, well, there's more foreign news. U.S. investigates civilian deaths in Kabul strikes. North Korea appears to restart nuclear reactor. New Orleans loses power as Hurricane Ida strikes, and about 1 million people are without power in Louisiana from Hurricane Ida, which has been downgraded to a tropical storm. And okay, so the story on the front page says Marine police arrive in Upper East region, but on the page 7 where the story is, it says military police arrives. Actually, Marine police are going to leave. So they have been deployed to ensure that they can go to the rescue of people who are impacted by the floods following from the Bagre Dam spillage. Then we go to page 10. Hundreds stranded on Buipe Bridge due to blockage by falling long vehicle. BDA commends water aid for wash facilities. In politics, Mama condemns killing of journalist. And that's the foreign journalist who was killed somewhere on the Tamale Buipe road by armed robbers, suspected armed robbers. Disregard claim, General Secretary has been suspended as a PNC, saying that work together to promote government achievements. That's Baumia. Alan Tremantin condemns clash between NPP supporters at funeral, and those visuals have been on JoyNews. Special team deployed to regulate traffic along Kaswa Bujumbura Winneba Road. The South Municipal Assembly conducts Operation Clean Your Frontage. Will invest in STEM education, President assures. Support capacity building, safety of media practitioners. That's Information Minister Kojo Ponkuma. And then in the center spread, the story about the Koforidua drivers and mates defying nose mask order and the police vowing to crack the whip. And President cast salt for Boteman sports facilities. Oh, and on page 18, 687 girls in Upper West Region returned to school pregnant following reopening. Yep.
How did that happen?
Well, living home for a while, and they got excited about stuff going on. Okay. And then on page 23, religious bodies asked to lead in enforcing COVID-19 safety protocol. But the religious bodies have actually been doing a good job. Or the churches, I should say, have been doing a pretty good job in enforcing the protocols in the churches. Still on COVID-19, 70,300 to be vaccinated in Ashanti region from tomorrow. Ghana Health Service expresses concern over consistent decline in TB detection in Ashanti region. And then on page 26, in business, total direct tax collection shoots up by 26% in July. That's according to a Bank of Ghana report. Race to help in domestic revenue mobilization. That's Kojo Ponkruma. And women entrepreneurs schooled on oil and gas sector. Ghana Stock Exchange ends week with increase in composite index. And more business news. Rural and community banks must meet minimum capital requirement by end of 2021. That's Bank of Ghana Governor. Africa must strengthen institutions for economic growth. AFDB President. And in sports, Black Queens start preparation for Aisha Buhari Invitational Tourney. And Liberty Professionals Academy wins maiden Kantanka Cup. Man United fans, players celebrate Ronaldo's return. Messi makes PSG debut in 2-0 win over Rennes. And YouTuber beats ex-UFC champion in boxing match. Kotoko unveil jerseys for new GPL season. Okay.
Okay, that's exciting. Oh, okay, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
It looks cool. It looks
Red
cool,
and yellow.
actually. And NSA, National Sports Authority, Cape Coast Stadium, ready for Stars Walia's World Cup qualifier. Michael Osset takes over as Gold Stars head coach. And on the back page, 5-hour downpour causes distraction in Tamale Metropolis. We'll be talking a bit more about that on the show. And help protect electric poles from bushfires, ECG.
Okay.
That's it for the Ghanaian Times.
6 minutes. 6 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. 35:41.
No, before we got into it, you
No.
ended at 35.
No, you actually...
We spoke for a while.
We spoke within that I spoke for like 10 seconds, so you actually started at 6:35. So yeah, 6:41, also 6:41 in Greece. On the front page of the Daily Guide this morning, boy 8 killed
It's not 6:41 in Greece.
It's 6:41 in my Greece. My Greek yogurt is 6:41 in the fridge. What time is it in Greece though?
I can check that for you, but we're not on the same, within the same time zone.
Oh, we're not. Oh, so it would be later or earlier? Do you know? Would people in Greece be sleeping by now?
I don't know.
Or they'll be having breakfast, bruschetta and olives and all the good stuff.
What's all that about?
We are here. You eat cocoa and go say this morning. Anyway, let's go on to the Daily Guide this morning. Front page, boy 8 killed at Ewutu Festival. Suhum MPP bloody brawl reveals cracks. Legon lecturer, ignorant about free SHS, that's according to the ministry. Don't speak tree in the dock, that's according to CID boss. VRA issues flood warning. Oh, okay. I'll bring you a little bit more on the flood warning there. Sabotage or Steelers? Okay, that's the little comic thingy on page 3 of the Daily Guide. Let's do some world news. Hurricane Ida kills 1, knocks out power across New Orleans. Oh gosh, okay. US drone strike in Kabul kills 10 civilians. China bans under 18s from playing online games for more than an hour a day. So China is banning under 18s from playing online games for more than an hour a day. And then only between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and public holidays. The ban will be enforced by online gaming companies, which are now required to strictly enforce rules requiring users to register accounts with their real identities in order to play. These new restrictions were announced on the Chinese social media platform Weibo. Okay, follow, shares. I'm trying to look for the reason why this has. Okay, so it's a crackdown on gambling companies, actually, and so this is one way that they're tackling it.
Online games?
Yeah. So, okay, so shares in China's biggest online gaming company slumped after state media branded their products spiritual opium and compared them to electronic drugs earlier this year.
Okay.
The reference to opium is charged in China, where European powers, including Great Britain and France, hobbled the Qing dynasty in the mid-90s. It's a whole historic...
Okay, so I shared a link to the story. I shared it with I forwarded it to my son, who's home now. Because he likes playing. He can stay on the PS for
hours.
For hours, several hours. So I sent it to him that he's supposed to, this is what's happening in China. He said, yes, sir. That's all he said.
That's all he said, yes, sir. He's like, hey, let me not go and rock the boat.
He said, I've heard.
It's small, Sunday. Fine. Other stories, page 5, Nigerian state shuts market over attacks. Let's move to page 6, Legon lecturer ignorant about free SHS. The Ministry of Education has come down heavily on the University of Ghana lecturer Dr. Samson Obeda-Pia for allegedly trying to run down the free SHS school policy. The lecturer in a television interview had described the double-track system as the most unfortunate policy in the history of the country's educational system. I think he's allowed to have an opinion. I mean, I don't see what the problem is. Yes, we know that free SHS definitely has its benefits, but we also know that, it's not easy on parents who are having to have their kids at home for, extended periods of time, who are having to pay for extra classes, buy them books. I mean, come on. I think that the government should continue to be open to some criticism, and it's the only way you can get better. So yeah, of course, we commend you for free SHS, but, slamming people for sharing their opinions, not nice at all. Anyways, boy 8 killed at Ewut. Can the newspapers agree on this boy's age? Some people said 9, 8, 9, 8. Can we just get the story straight? Okay, 23 Fulani robbers arrested in Donkokrom. Don't be passive passengers, according to MTTD boss. He's asking that passengers shouldn't look unconcerned when they're in cars. So when you're going on a trip or whatever, you should watch the driver, shout at the driver basically when he's screaming, when he's speeding and all of that. So take part in that. Okay, so let's do some entertainment. I nearly died. Funny face narrates ghastly incident. SK original returns to music scene after years. My family problem is nobody's business. That's according to Paul Okoye, who is half of P Square. Remember that his wife filed for divorce a couple of months ago. He says, let the Okoye family just have the peace that I think they're having now. I hate waking up anytime and seeing people saying things. Whatever happened is a matter of choice. And one thing you need to do is to try and respect people that wake up one day and say they don't want to do it anymore. Quote unquote. Okay. So Anita Okoye, who is his wife, who filed the divorce, is asking for $15,000 monthly spousal support. She first backed divorce rumors in April when she relocated with her 3 children to the U.S. Now, they have been university sweethearts and got married in 2014. They have 3 kids together. Diana beats Dinah Hamilton and others to win Vocalist of the Year at 2021 Gospel Awards. So gospel songstress Diana, I don't know who she... Do you know who she is?
Oh.
Okay. She beats Empress Gifty, Diana Hamilton, Celestine Donko, Lizzie Tiamwa, Abna Bedouin, and Shira Tina to win the coveted award. That's interesting. Okay. ECD to be tested in trial phases. Fidelity introduces instant USSD mobile opening account. Ama Buzia remembers her brother K.A. Buzia. That story there. Mahama can only claim sainthood if he comes clean on the shameful Airbus scandal. And then also there's a horoscope in the Daily Guide. Nominees for 2021 RTP Awards unveiled. Okay, so the nominee list for over 41 categories was released last Friday. And this year, organizers have introduced new categories to cover behind-the-scenes professionals and contributors in television and radio, including producers, directors, editors, and pundits. That's very interesting. Okay, let's see. So some of the nominees: Anama McBrown, Vim Lady, Abeku Santana, Bernard Avle, Ajiman Prempe, Giovanni Caleb. Okay, interesting. Mona Gucci, Nanaya Tano, Komla Dum. Okay, Edma Ohima and Abna Sernu Nanchura also nominated. Interesting. Okay, show host of the year: Bella Mundi, Mami Grace, Nancy, Mama Zimbi, Stacey Amwating, Dorinando, Ajiman Prempe again, Kumbilson, Najele Doku, Hits FM. Okay, interesting. Well, we'll find out how that goes when it happens. On the back page, let's celebrate Abedi Pele. Didn't we just love Abedi Pele when we were growing up? He was just like so amazing, so amazing. Messi debut breaks Spain viewing record. Wow, Lionel Messi's debut with Paris Saint-Germain averaged over 2 million viewers in Spain, making it the most watched French football game in the country ever. Wow, Messi. All right. Messi is doing his thing. Businessman blesses Samote. Okay, not sure. Right. Okay. Businessman and boxing enthusiast has presented a cash. Hey, Daily Guide. Musumiye sometimes. So has presented cash of 10,000 Ghana cedis to Samuel Techi, Ghana's only medal winner at the Olympics. And that's it for the Daily Guide.
Okay. Do you know how many minutes you use for the Daily Guide?
How many?
You use more time than the Daily Graphic.
How many minutes did I use?
Okay. Let's get on with the Business and Financial Times. Yeah. And on the front page, proposed GMPC ACA joint operatorship. Why pay $1.65 billion when you can have it free in 4 months? And that's a very, very good question. So I'll read you a bit of the story. So it goes, the Institute for Energy Research and Policies has advised the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation to undertake rigorous cost analysis before taking up a stake in ACA Energy's oil blocks. The think tank also believes that it is prudent for the state-owned company to wait until the next 4 months when ACA's oil blocks would have returned to the states if it fails to submit a plan of development to the Ministry of Energy per the terms of its petroleum agreement with the government. After December 2021, Instapr's Executive Director Kwejo Poku said ACA's DWTCTP would return to the state if it fails to submit the timelines for developing it. And this is one argument that has also been made by Simmons as well. So he says, when you're giving the blocks actually belong to government, the state, Ghana, and then they're giving to you, the oil company, to develop. If you're not able to within a certain period, you have to relinquish it and government takes over. Okay. So if government is going to take over in 4 months, if you're doing nothing about it, why do we have to pay anything for it? So that's a question that a number of people have asked. But, well, yeah, this conversation is going to continue for a while. Local oil palm industry fights Guta over 50% benchmark policy. The story is on page 3. And then nationwide medical insurance wins big at 2021 Insurance Award. And add nurseries, bungalows to Agenda 111. That's a Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association making that point. Then we go to Page 7, tariff liberalization with the UK starts tomorrow in fulfillment of Ghana-UK interim trade partnership agreement. Toyota launches genuine motor oil lubricants. And on page, which page is this? Page 11, Valvoline enters domestic lubricant market. Hold 10% in gold as currencies will be devalued. That's an expert. He says, better to have stake in physical bullion. Devaluations are going to be quite significant next year, as in currency devaluations. Cocaine production soars in Colombia as oil industry crumbles. Okay. And this is our final. The team who led athletes escape from Afghanistan. And what else do we have? Okay, let's just go to the back page. Outstanding Made in Ghana Products and Services nominated for award. And tourism stakeholders move to increase tourists from the US. And that'll be it for me.
Oh, okay. My last paper is a Daily Dispatch, but you have the Finder as well, don't you?
Yeah.
So do you want to just do that?
Okay, I'll just quickly go through it. On the front page, Frank Esiedubekwe denies any connection to Suhum attack parties. China proposes China-Africa partnership plan on digital platforms. Germany donates 1.5 million COVID-19 vaccines to Ghana. Government dispatches plane to bring it. That's Eugene Ahin saying that. So we're learning that this as a result of the president's visit to Germany and the interactions with the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel. So German Chancellor Angela Merkel made a promise to more than double the doses of COVID-19 vaccines to African countries at the just ended summit with African leaders on the G20's Compact with Africa initiative in Berlin. Okay, so we love the vaccines. So thank you to Germany for bringing us those vaccines. I think that'll be it for...
Okay, the Finder. So we'll go to MyJoyOnline in a second, but just run you through the front page of the Daily Dispatch. Suhum Clashes, police must deal with violent NPP thugs. That's according to Ephson. Esiedubekwe on the Suhum violence. The Progress Party, which gave birth to the NPP in the political wilderness. That story is on page 6. And revival of the GTV breakfast. Okay, interesting.
And this story on Esiedubekwe. So we have Franklin Esiedubekwe.
Who's the health?
Who's the in charge director of public health at the Ghana
Exactly.
Health
Okay.
So he has absolutely nothing to do with it.
And this is Mr. Frank Esiedubekwe, also known as Protozoa.
Yeah, Protozoa. It's his nickname.
Protozoa. All right. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do MyJoyOnline, shall we, this morning? Okay.
So on the
can't really see
main story, a man arrested for allegedly beheading 12-year-old boy.
Oh, Dove. Okay.
Then we have 8-year-old shot dead during festival ritual in Awutu Breku. Tamale records second flood in 3 days, more residents displaced. You won't escape with loot after 2024. We will hold you accountable, NDC to Akufo-Addo Bawumia. NDC has deliberate plans to attack and frustrate plans of government, Dr. Bawumia, and the hardships were there before we came, but government has been able to reduce them, as Dr. Bawumia, and take concerns over economic hardship as reminders. As Afenyo Marking advising government. We are operating a problematic constitution. The parties agree, Kofi Apochi. And Mohammed's gains during thank you tours has dazed NPP into launching reckless attacks. That's the NDC saying that.
Of course, the NDC saying that. Anyways, so that's MyJoyOnline. You can check out definitely more news stories on there. But Israel, before we go on a break, why don't you tell us what's coming up in today's show?
Well, yeah, we're going to be talking about the floods that's taking place. We've had floods affecting the northern region. So the Tamale floods have dominated several of the newspapers. We're also having the Upper West yet to actually recover because their roads were destroyed. And then The Upper East should be bracing for it because the Bagre Dam spillage, and we know that the Marine Police, the Ghana Police Service, has been deployed in the region to avert any disaster or to assist people should there be any disaster. And then Kumasi too had its own flooding yesterday.
Yeah.
So yes, we're going to be having the conversation. We're speaking with the Ghana Meteorological Agency to get to understand what's happening and where the forecast looks like going forward. And we'll also be speaking with NAD. We'll be speaking with our correspondents on the ground as well to get to understand what the situation is. So
Okay.
yes, we have all that coming up.
Good stuff. Also, it's the end of the 8th month, 8 out of 12.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're asking, what are we asking?
So we're asking the people what's the year been like so far for you. You can share with us what the
We'd
year
love to hear your
Yeah,
highs and
certainly.
lows. Tomorrow's 1st September. So it's like the years.
Oh, you know, it,
Well.
yesterday it escaped me on the AM show. My mom, it was her birthday yesterday.
Israel. Really? Really?
I forgot to mention it on the AM show.
But you didn't forget it.
No, I didn't forget it. So we spoke.
Okay.
And I'll go see her today.
Well, happy birthday,
Yeah.
Israel's mom. Thank you for this wonderful specimen that you've blessed us with. We're very grateful. Happy birthday to you. And but there'll be many, many, many more years. Anyway, why don't you tell us what what your year has been like, your highs and your lows? We'd love to know. I think we'll open the phone lines at some point
Yes,
and have
we
a
will.
chat on that one.
Yeah.
We're also talking about
Get on
COVID.
yeah, we're also going to talk about COVID because we have the vaccine rollout, the AstraZeneca. Those of you who've been waiting for your second doses, some doses available, and they're rolling that out. So we'll speak with
Dr. Achiano. Yeah.
He's going to be telling us how the rollout is going to happen.
Yeah.
Once he's going to get theirs from tomorrow, we get all the details for you. So do stay tuned in. Up next, we're bringing you sports.